Why does nothing ever feel enough? Have you ever noticed that the human mind is a little suspicious? No, seriously. Give it exactly what it wants, and somehow it immediately starts wanting something else. It's almost as if the mind has a secret agreement with dissatisfaction. Imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and discover that every problem in your life has magically disappeared. Your finances, sorted. Your career, perfect. Your health, excellent. Your relationships, wonderful. Your goals, achieved. Everything is exactly as you wanted. Now here's my question. How long would it take before your mind says, okay, but what next? A year, a month, 3 days. For some of us, probably before breakfast. And that's strange, isn't it? Because we spend so much of our lives chasing things. And yet when we catch them, they somehow stop being as exciting as they looked from a distance. It's like ordering food while hungry. You spend 30 minutes looking at pictures, reading reviews, imagining flavors, waiting impatiently. Then the food arrives. You eat it, you enjoy it, and 3 hours later you're asking, so, what's for dinner? The cycle begins again. Now before anyone misunderstands me, I'm not saying desire is bad. If human beings had no desires, we'd probably still be sitting in caves arguing about whose rock looked more spiritual. Desire built civilizations. Desire created music. Desire created science. Desire put human beings on the moon. Desire itself isn't the problem. The interesting question is, why does desire seem incapable of declaring victory? Why does it never say, excellent, we have enough, let's rest? Instead it says, good job, now here's another objective. It's like having a personal trainer living inside your head who never takes a holiday. Let's look at childhood. When you're a child, happiness is very simple. You want a toy, and not just any toy. That specific toy, the toy that apparently contains the secret of eternal happiness. You think about it, dream about it, talk about it, maybe even annoy your parents about it. Eventually the toy arrives. For a few glorious days, life is perfect. Then suddenly the toy joins the other forgotten toys in a corner somewhere. And a new object appears. Now here's the funny part. As adults, we laugh at children for doing this. Then we spend the next 40 years doing exactly the same thing with larger and more expensive toys. The toy becomes a smartphone. The smartphone becomes a car. The car becomes a promotion. The promotion becomes a bigger promotion. The bigger promotion becomes retirement planning. The forms change. The pattern remains. And perhaps that's because every desire carries a hidden promise. The promise is rarely spoken aloud. But it is always there. If you obtain this, you will finally be complete. Notice the word, finally, as though all previous attempts were merely rehearsals. As though fulfillment has been waiting patiently behind the next achievement. And yet something curious keeps happening. The achievement arrives. The excitement arrives. The satisfaction arrives. Then, quietly, almost politely, they leave. The mind adapts. What was once extraordinary becomes ordinary. The miracle becomes normal. The dream becomes routine. Have you ever noticed how quickly human beings get used to things? A person buys a new phone. For 3 days they handle it like a sacred artifact. A week later they're dropping it on the sofa. 2 months later they're watching reviews of the next model. Human beings are astonishingly adaptable creatures. Which is wonderful when facing difficulties. But it also means we adapt to success. And perhaps that is why success alone never seems sufficient. Now let's go deeper. Suppose someone says, I want money. Do they really want money? Not usually. Money is paper, numbers, and digital entries. What they often want is security, freedom, possibility, peace of mind. Similarly, when someone says, I want recognition, do they really want recognition? Or do they want significance? To feel seen, to feel valued, to feel that their existence matters. And when someone says, I want love, do they want another person? Or do they want connection, belonging, intimacy? Suddenly the picture changes. Because perhaps the object is not the real goal. Perhaps the object is merely a symbol carrying a deeper longing. And beneath many of our desires may exist the same silent question. Can anything make me feel whole? That question follows us everywhere. Into careers, into relationships, into spirituality, into success, into failure, sometimes even into meditation, especially into meditation, because human beings have a remarkable talent. We can turn almost anything into a project, including inner peace. The mind says, I will meditate, then I will become peaceful, then I will become enlightened, then I will become the most peaceful and enlightened person in the room. And somehow the ego sneaks back in through the back door wearing spiritual clothes. It's actually quite impressive, but perhaps the problem is not that we desire too much. Perhaps the problem is that we keep asking temporary things to provide permanent fulfillment. That's a difficult job for anything. No possession can guarantee lasting happiness. No achievement can permanently remove uncertainty. No experience can freeze time. Everything changes. Life changes. People change. Circumstances change. Even our desires change. And yet we often seek something stable within a world built upon change. Maybe that is why the question matters. Why does nothing ever feel enough? Maybe because enough is not hiding inside things. Maybe it never was. Maybe what we truly seek is not another object but a different way of seeing. A way of relating to life. A way of understanding ourselves. A way of experiencing connection rather than constant lack. And perhaps that journey begins with a very simple act. Paying attention. The next time your mind says, if only I had this one thing. Pause. Don't immediately believe it. Just observe. Ask yourself, what am I actually hoping this will give me? Security, freedom, recognition, love, peace, meaning. And then ask an even deeper question. If I received all of that, what would I still be searching for? That question may be uncomfortable, but it may also be the beginning of wisdom. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. If you enjoyed this exploration, consider liking the video, sharing it with someone who is currently chasing their next shiny object, and subscribing for more conversations about philosophy, consciousness, life, and the strange adventure of being human. Until next time, keep questioning, keep wondering, and perhaps, every now and then, stop chasing the horizon long enough to enjoy the view.